Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is May 19, 2022, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the U.S. markets tumble once again, and this time it looks like it's going to break even further. Now, there's no major economic event scheduled for today, but as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the euro is trading on support while the Australian dollar sells off and is looking to change character after it's having unemployment numbers coming out this morning. Now, earlier, we were watching the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both take a nosedive. NASDAQ even testing its 200-day moving average, which is really big. Looking at commodities, gold pretty much unchanged, and oil tapers and retraces at resistance. Now, looking at the stocks, at the tech's crash, I call it. Tech crash is what's happening. Now, lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin pretty much unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're taking out a monthly look at the Euro USD. Nothing changed. We're trading at that 104-ish level, and perhaps maybe we'll actually break it. So just keep an eye on this. Now, looking at the Australian dollar, now it did retrace this morning after coming out with unemployment numbers. Nothing really to write home about. Okay, it's not trading in tremendous kind of volatility, but it's at the top of the range and it's selling off. So there you go. Will it break further? Maybe the euro is going to break it further, okay, especially if the Dow Jones continues to sell off. And before we get to that, let's jump to gold first, trading at 1813. Not much of a change from yesterday, really in a very tight range. And crude oil is finding itself in a new trading range, okay? The top range here at 111-ish, 112-ish, and the bottom range, 94, obviously. But we did break higher. We hit to 107, and we hit to 112, and then we retraced down to 107. So nothing really to write home about. I mean, this is just trading within the range, right? This is something that we've seen, for something that has been trading within this range for quite some time. The daily, that's what the one I was looking for. Just it's between those two levels. So, as long as you're shorting the top of the level, you're buying the bottom of the level, you can make money all day long, okay, just between these two variables. Now, jumping into the U.S. markets, 31,195 on the Dow Jones. Remember, just a month ago, less than a month ago, we were trading at 35,000 points. That means we've retraced 4,000 points, okay? This is what you call at the beginning of a bloodbath, okay? Because you say to me, Fred, come on, how much further could it go down? Let's take a look. They could go down to 20,000, and there's no reason that it can't go down to 20,000. So ultimately, we do have support here at 31,187. I do expect a little bit of a bounce here. Perhaps, maybe we'll get back to the 32,100-ish level. But if we continue breaking it off, then we could hit down to 29,700. Okay, just mark my words. And for me, on a personal note, I had this short part of it, and really unfortunate that I didn't take it for as much as I could have taken it on the downside. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, which was the weakest, this was the one that kept on showing us some weakness. On a weekly chart, we're on the 200-day moving average, which is not a good sign. This is really not a good sign, because if it does break that moving average, then that means we could go back to the 8 to 7,000-ish level, okay? This is something that's unprecedented, even for us, for these type of trading intervals. Now, looking at Apple, trading at its bottom, 140. That's not very encouraging. If we look at Facebook, did sell off a little bit. Microsoft selling even more to 254. Support at 248. There is support there, so just be aware of it. But that's not pretty. Okay, it's not a pretty chart. Amazon going back to its lows of 2,100. Now, looking at Tesla, did sell off further to 711. Okay, you see this is a bona fide downwards trend line. Now, at this area, I'm saying it again, there's significant support level. So if we do get the bounce, then we'll get the bounce. But if we don't get the bounce, then, bottoms up, and we could potentially go further down. Now, we're getting to the end of May. June, July, August is generally lighter trading volume, historically speaking. And then back in September, October, November, it's really when we start picking up again. So keep that in mind. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, doing nothing, okay? Between 31,000, 29,000, just really in a very tight range, after selling off quite significantly from our 40,000 levels. So, with that said, over the past 2-3 weeks, we've been really just idling here at these levels, good that we're not going further down, but no positive side for the upside as well. So we're kind of like in a very neutral area right now. This is Fred Razak, and I wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.